Welcome to Linux Mint, and today we will talk about remote desktop controlling from and to Linux Mint. I'll have two machines, one of them is Linux Mint and the other one is Windows 7, so I will show you how to control it from and to. We'll talk about three products. One of them is TeamViewer, which will allow you remote control even from outside of your home through the internet. The second one, it will be NoMachine, and the third one is TigerVNC. In TeamViewer website you can download Ubuntu package for 32 or 64 bits. I already downloaded the files, and this is my TeamViewer 64 bits. The second program, it's NoMachine. This is a very good, recommended for remote control of machines inside of your home in the local network. In the section download you have to find Debian package and download for the version 32 or 64 bits. I already downloaded the file. And the third one, which I have partial success, is a TigerVNC. And from here you have a little tricky because you have to go to two steps to download. One of them is to go to GitHub, and from there to download the binary package. In the third page actually you finding which is the Windows and which is for Linux. For Windows have two files. One of them is the viewer, which will allow you to control machines outside, and the server, which is allow you to control the Windows machine from remote location. Okay, so I download all these files. For Linux I have three files: TeamViewer, NoMachine and TigerVNC. Starting with TeamViewer, I'll go to the folder where I download the files. All commands I will put below in the description. This is command to execute the installation of TeamViewer. If you have a different version, you just have to change the name of the file. During this installation I had an error. If you get the same error that dependency errors, have a command which will fix that. If everything is successful, you don't have to do it. So first I will refresh the library of my Linux machine. And the second command is the one which will fix dependency errors. After the process complete, I will run again. I will execute again the installation for TeamViewer. Here it is, running again the same command from the beginning. This time no errors occurs, and we'll find that TeamViewer has been installed in category Internet. Let me clear the desktop from the open windows. Here it is. Just start it, accept the first time the user agreement, and we are ready to receive or make a remote connection. I'll go to the second computer. This is the Windows 7 machine. TeamViewer is already here, so I'll just start it. To connect to remote machine, you need a particular ID. As you can see, each machine will have a unique ID number. So you need this ID number, which you have to put in the partner ID. In this case, I'll connect from Windows 7 to our Linux machine. You need the password, which has been generated automatically. Every time when you start the computer or run TeamViewer, it will be different password. And this is everything what you needed. How I said, you can even make a connection outside of your home. Just the TeamViewer has to be up and running, and you should know the username, the ID, and the password. TeamViewer is a great, easy tool, but it's a little bit not fast enough. If you want to watch videos or even games, it will have little lag. I will make the same connection, this time from Linux Mint, to be able to control Windows 7 remotely. So I'll take the ID from my Windows 7 machine, paste it in section partner ID, and this is everything. You can send and copy files. You can copy paste directly from the memory. So the experience is exactly like you're working from your own computer. How I said, still, if you play videos and audio, it's not perfect. And that's how I'm gonna recommend the second program, which is NoMachine, which is great for local home machines network. But I do not recommend it for outside. If you want to do remote control from outside of your home, because you need to adjust your router settings. With TeamViewer, you don't have to touch anything. So let's go to CD download, where I download NoMachine installation file, execute the installation. This time in Linux Mint 19.3 I didn't have any dependency errors, so the installation went very smooth. This time is not in category internet, it's category others. You just have to run the program NoMachine. It will have small instructions, screenshots, immediately will find all computers which are on your network in your home who are already running NoMachine. That is why I will install now in my Windows 7 machine. The difference is that TeamViewer didn't require rebooting my computer, but NoMachine requires to reboot my Windows 7 machine. So I'll reboot the computer here. It will just take a few seconds because I'll pause the video. And here we are. The computer has been rebooted. I will start it. And here it is. The NoMachine found my Linux and my Linux machine found my Windows 7. No configurations needed for the home user. Everything has been done. They're using a very particular protocols which will allow us to stream videos very fluent, very fast without any lag, and that's why I recommend NoMachine if you want to use just computers at home. Something particular is that they not generate password, they're using the username and password of the machine itself. So my Windows machine doesn't have a password for the user, so I'll create one. Go to Control Panel, Users, and create a password. As you can see, TeamViewer generate temporary passwords which are independent of your user account, and NoMachine using the username and password of the computer itself. So now my Windows 7 has a username and password, so I will try to connect. I have a few screens which can guide you how to use it, and after clicking a few times OK, you already have remote access to your Windows machine. As like the other example in TeamViewer, I will do the same, controlling from Windows machine to our Linux Mint. Just more demonstration that everything is smooth to show you the speed. And now I will do the same from Windows machine. So just click twice of the small icon for Linux. Click OK, yes, agree with everything. Put your username and password of your Linux. If you do not remember what is the name of your user, you can find it in administration. And this is the name of your user account. Since Linux constantly asking for password, I'm sure that everybody remember their passwords. And here you are. You can control your Linux machine. This is everything for TeamViewer and NoMachines. They're pretty easy. Just to let you know that after you're closing the windows, the programs, they actually didn't exit. So you have to click right buttons on the small icon on the toolbars and actually terminate the programs. So the third program is a little bit for people with adventurers, how to say, if you like to try. because it's really not so easy to install and configure. In Windows you have two files. One of them is Viewer, which allow you to control machines outside, and it's a portable application, you don't need installation. But the server, if you want to control your Windows machine, you have to install it. So I'm installing the server. The second file is a Viewer, and how you see, you can just click and it's running, you don't need installation. Let's go to just to show you actually briefly where you can find it. You see that they have split to Viewer, it's service mode, unattended mode, and application only if you want to. When you start the server in application mode, you have a few configurations, and one of the most important is to put a password, I guess. Anyway, I never was able to make remote control from Linux to be able to control my Windows machine, but from Windows I was able to control my Linux machine. Just you're gonna see it after a few seconds in my video. I will demonstrate everything. This is to allow the firewall to be able to communicate to allow communication of your TigerVNC. Now the server is up and running and can accept connections from outside. Let's go to do installation on our Linux machine. TigerVNC developers does not provide any more installable files, so you have to extract it and paste it inside of user folder. So you have to go to Files and Systems, open user like root, and pasted it here. Click merge, and checkbox always do this action, so it will not ask you for every single file. I could run it from here straight, but just in case, I had to execute a few commands. And one of the command is generate password. So without generating password, you will not be able to connect. It will ask you for to create a remote control password on your Linux Mint. In this command you see it, and the description is really long. And that's how you're starting the TigerVNC server. You cannot close the command, the console command. So let's go to Windows 7. I'll use the port of your Linux. If you wonder what is your IP. That's the way how you can find it. So you have to take this IP address, and with the column and the port number you can actually connect. It will ask you for the password which you just create, and here it is. Now you have remote access from Windows to this Linux machine using TigerVNC, of course. Just to let you know, I never was able to execute to be able to run the client from my Linux to control my Windows. My client constantly was crashing inside of the Linux machine, so I cannot demonstrate that part. During the remote control, pressing F8, it's open a menu which is allow you to close the program, full control, and some other settings. Closing the terminals, Windows will terminate also the server. This is everything what I wanted to show you today. Thank you to be with me, and I will see you next time.